Hey guys, Ryan Martin from Revive here. Now, just shooting a video answering a couple of questions from one of the guys out there, Matt Damant, who asked me, after we shot the Wheat Belly podcast, he asked me right underneath, what about sourdough bread? Is that okay to eat because he doesn't get that bad reaction off it? And also, what about rice? So, quickly, with sourdough bread, generally, your immune system is your own, you know, it's like your own fingerprint. So, whatever you react to is you. You know, there's certain foods out there that are highly allergenic and that are going to cause most people problems, such as wheat, gluten, dairy, alcohol, for example, you know, caffeine, etc., soy. But there's other ones that you may be able to get away with. Now, sourdough bread obviously has got wheat in it and for the most part gluten, but lots of sourdough bread is only 6 ingredients. Whereas you go on the supermarket shelf and you look at other breads these days, they might have anywhere up to 40 ingredients in them, you know, things that don't even need to be in bread. Whereas sourdough generally has 6 ingredients, a bit of salt, bit of water in there, wheat flour, etc., and something else in there as well, baking soda to make it rise, whatever it is. You can tell it hasn't got that many ingredients in it because it takes a while for you to chew. It's really chewy, you know, and you have to actually really break it down. So it's a lot different to most other breads that you get, which are if you get white bread, for example, from the bakers. It's been bleached, it's refined. You know, it's like fluffy air. Whereas sourdough, you actually know you're eating something. So as breads go, if you get organic sourdough, it's one of the best ones you can get. Look, it's still wheat and it's still gluten, and it's going to cause a lot of reactions for a lot of people. But if you don't react to it and you're having it every once in a while, not the worst thing, you know, not a huge deal. If you start having it every day, every meal, it's going to become a problem. But yeah, so that's sourdough, you know. If you're going to get a high quality sourdough, it's a lot different to, I mean, Cranks used to be a good one actually. You used to get Cranks organic. They used to have 4 ingredients in there. Now they started putting other things in there like sunflower oil, rapeseed oil, and you just don't need it in there. So something like a good sourdough, if you can get it from a good baker's, hugely different to other breads that are on the market. Now, when it comes to rice, Matt also asked about rice. Is that okay? We didn't mention rice because we were talking about wheat, and rice obviously isn't wheat, it's rice. But rice generally gets a bad name. So people generally say, yes, go for brown rice now rather than white rice because it's lower on the glycemic index. Now, it's low on the glycemic index by like a point or two. You know, it's not like it's 10 points difference. And so opting for brown rice over white rice is really, I mean, pointless for quite a few reasons as well. Because firstly, brown rice has actually got these things in it called anti-nutrients, where if you eat brown rice, it's actually harder to digest. It can cause bloating for a lot of people, gas, constipation. It can cause a lot of digestive distress for people. Okay, it can be really hard to break down because of these anti-nutrients, and these anti-nutrients actually stop the uptake of a lot of vitamins and minerals in your body. Okay, it's why if you go to China, for example, they've been eating white rice for millions of years, or years and years, you know, and they don't get any problem because it's a lot easier to digest. Plus, it tastes a lot nicer. So, I mean, rice, as long as you don't get a reaction from it, as I always say, you are unique. You're as different on the inside to everyone else as you are on the outside. So, eat it. If you get bloated and gas, etc., and brain fog, and you don't feel great, then, you know, maybe just stay away from it for a while you're working on your digestive health. If you eat it and you feel fine, great. It's fine, but I always say to my guys, if you're going to eat rice, go and enjoy it. Have white rice rather than brown. Brown rice generally does seem to cause a lot more digestive distress than white rice, and as I said before, full of anti-nutrients. Now, there's a lot of articles out there saying it really does just say tells you to stay away from rice, but it's one of the things you can enjoy. I'd say on a reasonably regular basis, as long as you get away with it. If you don't, then you have to start looking at things. Okay, so sourdough bread, not as bad as any other bread out there. If you get a good quality organic sourdough with minimal ingredients in it, go for it. If you don't react to it, and the same with rice. You know, if you don't react to it, go for it. It's all about you. Obviously, it can be allergenic. So if you do get some of the symptoms that come up, like digestive distress or itchy eyes, or if you start sneezing, there's so many different ones. The list is so long, it's a joke. So just watch out for that and just see how you react after you've eaten it. Okay, so that's my take on it. I mean, we can go into this. I can actually do a long article on this if you really wanted to, but it's all short, sharp, and snappy for you guys. Hope that's helped. Any other questions, give us a shout. Otherwise, guys, as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll speak to you soon.